I don't know of another museum of the size of the ROM and the significance of the ROM that has everything from dinosaurs through to Canadian art, has everything from kind of rocks all the way through to textiles and fashion. I look back in 1914 when they were creating the ROM, they were looking at other museums and looking for models. And they didn't know how Toronto was going to turn out, but what they did know is it was going to be a significant city. And so they decided to build a large museum here because they felt that Toronto was going to need that. And they were right. And so we still have, 100 years later, this incredibly encyclopedic broad museum. There's a perception that why would Toronto have incredible Chinese collections and incredible Roman and Greek collections and incredible collections from Africa? There's an aspect where I know actually we need to do more to get the word out, because it isn't something that would occur to people immediately. But once they've seen it, what I see again and again is that people say, I'm going to have to come back. And so it's interesting, this is both good news and it's bad news. It's like, okay, so people think the place is great, but they didn't know enough about it before they came. And now they're saying they can't actually cover the whole thing in one visit and they need to come back. And so I'm thinking, how do I make that into a virtue? How do I get it so that more people understand what we have in the first place? We get out there a bit more, but also how people then do start to see that the ROM is the kind of place that you come back to again and again. You hear about people coming here as a child and then becoming lifelong visitors, and that's what I'm trying to encourage, that everybody who comes here for the first time, they see it as the beginning of a relationship. They see it as a place that, they'll bring their own children, and then when their children have grown up, they'll come back and they'll learn more themselves.